What's up, Hoops fans? Welcome back to the best channel there is for all things NBA. When you're the youngest basketball player to make a professional debut, the first 16-year-old with a signature shoe, and you have more Instagram followers than all but 9 NBA players and 3 NBA teams, then you're likely to own some things that most people can only dream of. LaMelo is the youngest of the Ball family and is already kicking things up in the NBA. But even before he signed his first professional NBA contract, he was already more famous than some professional NBA players. All that fame and being a member of the Ball family comes with a lot of riches and expenses that most people can only see in their dreams. So here are the top things that LaMelo owns that cost more than your life. Before we get started though, do you want to win a PS5 with NBA 2K21 and Madden NFL 21? Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. Unlike most NBA players, LaMelo, who is the third and youngest of the Ball family, was already rich before he set foot in the NBA. Even as a little kid and rookie in the game, the California-born NBA player was already exposed to many luxurious items that you can only dream of before getting his first professional paycheck. LaMelo launched his first signature shoe at the age of 16, becoming the youngest athlete to ever own his own signature shoe, courtesy of his father, LeVar, and his BBB brand. However, aside from the success of being the youngest athlete to own his own shoe, the shoe wasn't that successful in the market, and there are many reasons for this. At the time the shoe was released, it was one of the most expensive shoes in markets, going for $400 a pair. The high cost of the shoe and its questionable quality meant that its sales were relatively poor. Also, we never saw LaMelo wear the shoes on a big stage except for a few high school games. Melo's brother also had a lot of problems with his BBB shoes, and maybe that's why LaMelo decided to distance himself from the BBB products as well as the family business in general, and sign with a more reputable shoe brand like Puma. However, one thing is sure, and that's that the LaMelo's signature shoe that debuted in 2017 won't be his last signature shoe. Do you know any player that was able to move into a condo worth almost more than $2 million once they had to move to a new city to begin his professional NBA career? Not many, I guess. Well, that's impossible for most players, but not for LaMelo. Ball has shown over and over again that he has the skills and talent to become a world-class player one day, something that many scouts agree with. Being one of the most talented young players, especially one with a very big future, it's only natural for that to come with a significant huge paycheck. And while most players at that age will prefer to spend that sort of money on fancy cars or invest in businesses, LaMelo Ball decided to buy himself a magnificent condo in Charlotte. The condo was formerly owned by NFL quarterback Cam Newton, who bought the condo back in 2012 for a staggering $1.6 million. But with the player coming into the twilight of his career and the curtains being drawn on the quarterback's career in Charlotte, he listed the condo for sale back in 2019. Our sources claim that the price tag for the condo was initially worth $3.2 million, but the price had dropped down to $2.6, and since Newton couldn't find a potential buyer for his condo, he struck a deal with LaMelo. The condo is no ordinary condo, as it once belonged to LaMelo's boss and former NBA superstar, Michael Jordan, who owns the entire top floor of the entire building. Yep, the former home of the GOAT himself. It's probably more of a reason why LaMelo decided to go for this one. And it's located in a boutique building called The Trust. The place is popular for attracting some of the biggest athletes and celebrities around Charlotte. The condo features 3 beautiful bedrooms along with 3.5 bathrooms, a dining room, an open living room, and a state-of-the-art kitchen detailed with all the latest and best kitchen appliances around. The house is also equipped with a bar and a glassed-in solarium. Well, that's more than enough space for the young man to do all the things he wants and needs to do. Apart from luxurious homes, fast cars, and parties, if there's one thing that basketball players spend a lot of their money on, it's their sneakers. Basketball and sneakers are like bread and butter. They go hand in hand, and LaMelo Ball is no exception. LaMelo spends thousands of dollars on sneakers. He's a habitual sneaker collector. His favorite shoe brand was Nike, and he had many of them. However, after he signed that contract with Puma, we won't see LaMelo rocking his favorite shoe collection anytime soon, but they will surely remain in his closet. As far as the deal with Puma goes, Melo's choice of shoes during practice or basketball game are shoes made by the brand. LaMelo's condo in Charlotte is nothing compared to the home of the Ball family in Chino Hills. This property back home in California is worth a staggering price of $5.2 million. Whenever LaMelo is in the US, this is where he spends most of his time, and we believe this is likely to be the case during the offseason too. The enormous house is a 3-story home with 8 bedrooms and 8.75 bathrooms. The house comes with a fenced-in swimming pool, multiple balconies, a gym, home theater, a gourmet kitchen, and it even comes with an elevator. And of course, a basketball court for LaMelo to practice his ball. The Ball family purchased the home back in 2017, and the mansion is nearly 13,800 square feet, and it also comes with a 1,200 square foot guest house. Not many players get to sign a shoe deal before becoming a professional basketball player, unless of course you are LaMelo. Such is how he is highly viewed that many brands were willing to sign him before he made his professional debut, so he had to take his time to make a decision. In the end, LaMelo signed a $100 million deal with Puma. By signing with Puma, LaMelo officially moved on from the big baller brand that his father, LeVar, owns. It's the same step that his brother, Lonzo, made by deciding to leave the family business to become a free agent in the shoe market. LaMelo decided to go with Puma and its talented up-and-coming group of athletes ahead of several other shoe companies by stating that Puma best represented his goals. The shoe company offered LaMelo a massive offer of $100 million and a private jet to go with it. LaMelo wasted no time in accepting the offer once Puma came and tabled the offer. Well, you can't blame the guy. I wouldn't hesitate signing the deal either. The deal was miles better than what other companies were offering at the time, so why not? The contract appears to be a win-win situation for both LaMelo and Puma. LaMelo is Puma's most marketable signing as they stand to compete in a market that is hugely dominated by other brands like Nike and Adidas. Shortly before the NBA draft, LaMelo decided it was time to open his designer clothing line dubbed La France. He might be a Puma guy now, but the man is also selling clothes, and it ain't cheap. The La France fashion line, whose name was taken from the family's middle name, sells black and white t-shirts, hoodies, and socks, which all feature his name and logo on it. The t-shirt costs $70, while the hoodies will cost you $120. And if you decide to rep Melo on the balls of your feet, the socks go for $20 a pair. Melo said the Melo 2020 is only available for a limited time, which might explain the price. And if you think those prices are expensive, Melo says that he actually reduced the cost after some consideration. And if you thought that was impressive, wait till you hear what LaMelo got for his 16th birthday. Most kids at 16 get a surprise party and a few gifts to go with it. And if you have rich parents, you might get a small car for reaching that landmark age. Well, it was nothing of that sort for LaMelo. When LaMelo became 16, his father decided to get him his dream car, a black Lamborghini, to celebrate it in style. This was just weeks after LaMelo became the first 16-year-old to own his own signature shoes, and then he showed up at his birthday bash with a freaking Lamborghini. Everyone was able to get a good look at this new ride when LaMelo arrived at his party in his new car. This quickly became a trend on social media as many people didn't appear to be happy with LaMelo's father buying him such an expensive present for his birthday. Many people began to question the logic behind it, saying that spoiling your kid like that would make them lazy and unmotivated. Many stars quickly jumped to defend the Ball family, who became a subject of a lot of troll and hate messages. According to Kevin, it didn't matter if someone grew up poor or rich. It had nothing to do with how good they are on the court. Even though a lot of people at the time weren't having it, it seems like Kevin was not wrong because LaMelo is making waves in the NBA right now, despite living in a $3 million condo and driving a Lambo. The Lambo isn't the only car that LaMelo owns. The youngster has an impressive car collection that would leave anyone feeling jealous. After getting drafted into the NBA, LeVar decided he needed to reward his son with another car, and guess what he got? A freaking Rolls-Royce Cullinan SUV. If our math is correct, that car right there goes for about $350,000. Just remind me of another kid at that age with a Lambo and a Rolls-Royce in their garage. With those two cars, you can only wonder the kind of cars Lamar would have in his garage a few years from now. The Rolls-Royce wasn't the only gift LaMelo got after getting drafted into the NBA. The young NBA player also got himself an expensive, custom-made teeth mold made out of 14-karat white gold and diamonds. Despite the fact that LaMelo had not played a single minute of an NBA game at the time, he was already taking the headlines from the likes of James Harden and LeBron James by showing off the most expensive teeth in NBA history. Well, that's not expensive given that when you're drafted a top 5 pick in the NBA, you get paid handsomely for it. Add the fact that the 6'8" basketball player has already been earning basketball paychecks while playing professionally overseas. The custom grills were made by none other than top jewelry maker AP, the jeweler from Atlanta. AP mentioned during an interview that it was the most diamonds he's ever put on a grill before, and considering that AP has been working in the game for a while, that's gotta be a lot of diamonds. AP also delivered the product himself, and for AP to do that, we can only imagine just how much the thing costs. It was definitely worth a lot of money. Topping his list of luxurious items is none other than LaMelo's private jet. After LaMelo made it clear that he was no longer interested in associating himself with the big baller brand, LaMelo got a shoe deal worth $100 million from Puma. But that's not all. The contract also came with a freaking private jet. Puma has a private jet that's used by many of their players, and that jet will be available for LaMelo to use should he decide he wants to travel to Paris or Dubai in a moment's notice. We'll see you soon, latest Hoops fans. Until then, keep shooting your shot!